What is going on, guys? It's Drama back at it again with another episode of NBA Kicks, the show where we count down the top 10 best sneakers in the NBA every single week of the season. Obviously, we have a ton to talk about this week because All-Star Weekend is hands down the best sneaker week of the entire season. But before we get started, I do want to mention that every shoe on this list did have to meet a criteria, which is that it had to be worn by an official participant on an NBA sanctioned court/event, which means the Nike GT Futures, which Wale rock, don't qualify to make this list. Why Nike just didn't make these the Wemby ones is beyond me. At the very least, I would have had one of my official athletes wear them during an event on the court. It seems like a huge missed opportunity to me, but we're not here to dwell on what could have been. We're here to talk about what was. So sit back, relax, grab a snack, and enjoy this special edition All-Star Weekend episode of NBA Kicks. Starting off the list at number 10 is James Harden with the Adidas Harden Volume 9. The Harden 9s are easily one of the best sneakers of the season so far, thanks to its avant-garde design that Adidas puts a twist on for All-Star Weekend. This colorway features a pink pony hair upper, which is a very different look from the shell uppers that we've seen in previous colorways, but the switch up is a welcome change of pace and gives the Harden 9s some added versatility, which has me excited to see what else Adidas has up their sleeves moving forward. Harden was feeling this colorway so much that he rocked them off the court, giving me serious nostalgia for the days where we would casually flex on-court kicks in everyday fits. Next up at number 9, we got Jalen Wells with the Nike GT Cut 3. Jalen Wells participated in the Rising Stars Challenge during All-Star Weekend, in where he debuted a new custom colorway inspired by a mascot that I had no idea existed. This colorway pays homage to Jalen's time at Sonoma State University, decked out with graphics that rep his alma mater, including a sea wolf logo tucked behind the swoosh. Now, I won't lie, I had no idea what a sea wolf was before this, but apparently they're coastal wolves that thrive by the ocean, which honestly is a pretty sick mascot. Way better than my mascot, which this is gonna sound like a joke, but we were the Rainbow Warriors. Coming in at number 8 is Dink Pate with the Reebok Engine A. In case you missed it, Reebok is back to making on-court performance silhouettes, and they had a very solid showing during All-Star Weekend. Montes Buzelis wore a mismatched pair of the Engine A's during his dunk contest performance, but it was Dink Pate who takes the spot with this electric purple colorway that reminds me of those electric globes that your friend's older brother had in his room. What were those things called? Electric globe, electric ball, electricity ball, electricity ball, electricity globe, electric ball spark, the all spark. Now, to my surprise, there were a few brands that simply just didn't take advantage of All-Star Weekend, but Reebok was not one of those brands, because while they may not have the volume as some of the other brands that they're competing with, they still attempted to make a splash. So to me, that's more than enough to earn a spot on this week's list. Next up at number 7 is Steph Curry with the Curry 12s. I have a major problem with this particular colorway, but first, let's give Curry Brand their flowers. This colorway, dubbed the What the Bay, pays tribute to the two cities that shaped Steph's career, Oakland and San Francisco. The left side rocks a cool blue inspired by SF's iconic foggy weather, while the right side brings the heat with orange and yellow tones repping the town's legendary sunrises. Props to Curry Brand for bringing a fresh concept to life and executing it well. The design is a solid tribute to the cities that have backed Steph throughout his career, but did they really have to call these the What the Bays? Obviously, this is a nod to Nike's iconic What the series, and I'm all for drawing inspiration from that concept. However, biting the name just feels lazy to me, and it makes me think of all the iconic What the colorways that Nike has put out, and I feel that Curry Brand should have just called these something else, like the town and the city. Not only would that hit way harder for the residents of both cities, but it would just help feel like Curry Brand is doing something on their own instead of trying to replicate what Nike has already done. Next up at number 6 is Tyler Hero with the Nike Kobe 6. Kobe's are still the most popular sneaker in the league, so it only makes sense that they had a huge presence during All-Star Weekend. And we're gonna kick things off by talking about this new player-exclusive colorway that Hero rocked during the three-point contest. I could already hear some people saying, it's just an all-red colorway. I don't get it, but that's exactly why I love these. Not only have I always been a fan of monochromatic kicks, but my favorite color is red, and my favorite shoes are Kobe. So really, these are perfect in my mind. But honestly, who doesn't love a pair of all red kicks? Hero also gets bonus points for rocking it with his black Miami Heat kit, as the red kicks pop but don't feel out of place. All in all, this was just a great showing, and we're definitely one of the best kicks of All-Star Weekend. Next up at number 5 is Jalen Williams with the Adidas Crazy 2. Now this I was not expecting. The Crazy 2s, formerly known as the Kobe 2s, are one of the most polarizing silhouettes in the history of on-court kicks. But as an early investor in the Adidas Kobe signature line myself, I have a soft spot for these. We've never seen the Kobe 2s in this colorway before, and as I mentioned earlier, I love monochromatic kicks. So once again, these are definitely my vibe. And even though these are a Jalen Williams player exclusive, I'm hoping that Adidas drops this colorway because red sneakers are my favorite, but orange sneakers are right up there near the top for me. They probably won't sell very well, but Adidas has my money, and I also just love how these came out of left field. No hype, no leaks, no anticipation. Adidas just drops a super niche, super loud colorway during one of the best weeks of sneakers throughout the entire season. That, my friends, is how you operate during All-Star Weekend. Next up at number 4 is Jalen Brunson with the Nike Kobe 5. I don't know if y'all been paying attention, but Nike has low-key been cooking with these new Kobe colorways. Nike recently dropped the Year of the Mamba Kobe 5s, which were one of the best new Kobe colorways we've ever seen. But during All-Star Weekend, they took things to another level with this triple black alternate version. If these don't encapsulate Kobe's Black Mamba alter ego, I don't know what does. This is literally a perfect Kobe Bryant sneaker because it's dressed in all black, has a small hint of gold, and of course, features that crazy Black Mamba graphic. These are just hard. It is that simple. Nike understood the assignment here, and had there not been any signature sneaker debuts, these might have took the #1 spot. But it's All-Star Weekend, so you know we have brand new signatures to talk about, so let's talk about them. Next up at number 3 is Kevin Durant with the Nike KD 18. Kevin Durant has our first new signature silhouette of All-Star Weekend, and it comes from Nike's incredible Black Label collection. The all-black line featuring LeBron James, Giannis Antetokounmpo, Devin Booker, Sabrina Ionescu, Ja Morant, and Victor Wembanyama were dropped in extremely limited numbers that coincide with the year each Nike athlete was born. Now, KD's pair doesn't stray too far away from its predecessor in terms of visual design, but looks clean nonetheless, with an updated upper as well as some new materials, which Nike perforated to increase breathability, but also gives the silhouette a more modern look. Overall, KD's 18 silhouette looks clean in all black, but once again, debuting a brand new signature model during All-Star Weekend is the pinnacle of the on-court world in my opinion. So if you think these were dope, just wait until you see these next two. Coming in as our runner-up is Kyrie Irving with the Anta Kai 2. Finally, we get our first good look at Kyrie's second signature silhouette with Anta. The Kai 2s have a very distinct look, and it's not just this colorway. The midsole is really thick, but it is rounded, which should be great for performance, and the traction, which wraps up onto the midsole, also good for performance, follows the same geometric pattern that's featured on the tribal print for some great design symmetry. Now, this colorway is no doubt inspired by Kyrie's heritage with colorful geometric patterns as well as furry shoelaces, which elevates the silhouette's overall look. So far, Kyrie's partnership with Anta has produced some incredible, unique colorways, with the ones being inspired by his Native American heritage being fan favorites. So while these were no doubt one of the best sneakers during All-Star Weekend, they were slightly edged out by this next pair. Finally, at number 1 is Shai Gilgeous-Alexander with the Converse Shai 001. Converse has been teasing a Shai Gilgeous-Alexander signature silhouette for quite some time now, and I think it's safe to say that both Shai and Converse owned All-Star Weekend this year. First of all, Converse lit up Shai's new signature logo on iconic landmarks throughout San Francisco, which was sick, but they followed that up with the reveal of the Shai 001s, which simply put, look incredible. The first thing that came to my mind when I saw these was, wow, these look like the answer 4s and a pair of lugs had a baby, in a good way, because I really love how this silhouette looks. According to Shai, he wanted to make a shoe that was versatile for everyone, whether you're in the gym or just want to express yourself off of the court, and I think Converse hit the nail right on the head with these. We all know Shai is a huge fan of fashion, and Converse integrates his love of fashion with a futuristic experimental design that features a wing shroud, a puffed upper, and zipper design, which give the silhouette dimension and volume in a really unique way. Converse also mentioned how they did not sacrifice on the performance of these, so while they do look great off of the court, as Shai showcases here, I'm looking forward to seeing how they perform on the court, especially since this is the first signature silhouette for the brand since, I think, Dwayne Wade. Yeah, you feel old yet? Because I do, and guess what? We're gonna be a lot older when the Shai 001s eventually drop, because according to Converse, it won't be until later fall this year. So yes, we're gonna have to wait to get our hands on these, which isn't ideal, because I hope and pray that the hype that they built for these doesn't die when they eventually do drop. But besides that, what else can I say? Converse killed it. The design, the colorway, the promotion surrounding its reveal, it was all aces all around, which is exactly why I am now officially crowning the Shai 001s as the best sneaker during the 2025 NBA All-Star Weekend. Personally, I think it was a pretty solid All-Star Weekend sneaker-wise, but there were a few things that I wish happened but didn't. Like, for example, we got nothing in terms of a new Anthony Edwards signature silhouette from Adidas, but we did get to see the new Donovan Mitchell silhouette and Damian Lillard sneaker, but those weren't debuted on the court or worn in any way, so therefore they didn't qualify for this list. So really, it was just a couple things that were missing from the weekend, but overall, I thought it was a good list, a good episode, which if you guys enjoyed, please drop a thumbs up. That helps me out a lot. And make sure you're subscribed and locked into the channel for more sneaker-related content just like this. My name's Darren. It's been great having you. Catch you guys in next week's episode. Peace.